about how unfair life is. It's pathetic. You think the world owes you something. You think there's some cosmic scale waiting to balance out your weakness. Let me tell you something. There's no balance, no mercy, no handouts. The only thing this world owes you is suffering. And you've earned it every second. You've wasted feeling sorry for yourself. Look at yourself. You're crawling, begging for scraps, acting like a victim because it's easier. You think you're the only one who's been dealt a rough hand. Everyone's got scars. Everyone's tasted blood in their mouth. But the difference is, some of us fight. Some of us don't stop at the pain. We let it feed us. You let it bury you. That's the difference. Where's your rage? Where's your fire? You think pain is something to cry about? No. Pain is your weapon. It's the only thing real in the hollow, disgusting world. Pain is the reminder that you're alive. So use it. Feel it. Let it tear through you. Let it burn you until there's nothing left but a raw, ruthless version of yourself that's ready to tear this world apart. They want you broken. They want you to stay down. Every single one of them. Your so-called friends. Your enemies. Everyone in this world. They're waiting for you to fail. Laughing behind your back. They think you're weak. A joke. They're already writing your story for you. Calling you a failure before you've even had the guts to prove them wrong. But here's where you spit in their faces. Here's where you stand up. Not because you're healed. Not because you're whole. But because you are more dangerous when you're broken. Pieces of you still sharp, cutting everything in your path. The broken don't mend. They evolve into something deadlier. So, evolve. Become what they fear. You can't afford to be soft. Not anymore. Soft is dead. Soft is forgotten. Do you want to be forgotten? Because that's where you're headed. To be nothing. To fade into the background of all the other nobodies who gave up because life slapped them in the face once too hard. You're more than that. At least you could be, if you decide right here, right now, to stand the hell up and show them who the hell you are. You've been waiting for someone to save you. There's no savior coming. There's no cavalry, no last-minute miracle. The only thing that's going to save you is you. So stop waiting. Stop hoping. Take everything. Rip it out of life's hands. Take what's yours and make them remember your name. Make them remember the fear they felt when they saw the beast that refused to die, refused to stop. Let the world hate you. Let them all doubt you. That's fuel. That's power. Every single one of their doubts, every sneer, every whisper of how you'll never make it, it's fuel for your fire. You don't prove them wrong by talking, by pleading for recognition. You prove them wrong by rising up, by standing tall when every bone in your body wants to break. I want you to hate them. Hate every person who doubted you, who spat on your dreams, who laughed at your pain. Let that hate push you forward. Let it fuel you like a storm. You are not a victim. You are not some fragile, broken thing. You are a goddamn monster, born in the fire, and it's time you start acting like it. You don't get to cry. You don't get to complain. Not anymore. Not ever again. Now is the time to rise, to burn, to make them wish they had never looked down on you, never doubted what you could become. Show them the nightmare that's been sleeping inside you all along. No more waiting, no more excuses. This is the moment where you either become nothing or you become a legend. Show them who you are. Still standing there like I owe you something, like the world owes you something. Let me get something through your thick skull. You're owed nothing. Life doesn't care how much you've suffered. It doesn't care how many times you've been knocked down. Life will always kick you while you're down. That's the game. That's how it works. But you don't even want to fight back. You're too busy making excuses, too busy drowning in self-pity. I can see it in your eyes. The fear, the doubt, the weakness. You're so scared of failing that you don't even try. You'd rather stand in the shadows, cower in the dark, than face the reality that you might lose. You might fall. And that terrifies you, doesn't it? But here's the truth, and it's as ugly as it gets. You're already failing. Every day you don't fight, every second you waste hiding, you're losing. You're bleeding out and don't even know it. Life isn't some fairy tale where the hero magically gets what he deserves. Life is a battlefield, and you either kill or get killed. There is no middle ground. You want respect. You want power. You want them to fear your name. Then you better stop whining and start swinging. You think anyone's gonna hand that to you? You think you can just sit back and wait for life to get easier? It doesn't. It never will. The only thing that changes is whether or not you have the guts to stand up and fight for what's yours. But let's be honest, you don't, do you? You'd rather stay in your little comfort zone, waiting for the world to feel sorry for you. Newsflash. The world doesn't give a damn. There's always someone stronger, someone hungrier, someone willing to do whatever it takes, while you sit there, drowning in your own weakness. You think they won't tear you apart the moment you show them an ounce of vulnerability. They will. They'll shred you and leave nothing behind but your broken dreams. You want to be strong. You want to be feared. Then you need to become something more. Something unbreakable. Something relentless. You need to become the nightmare that keeps them awake at night. But that only happens when you stop pretending you're weak. You're not weak because life broke you. You're weak because you let it. Look at me. Look at me. Do you think I was always like this? Do you think I've never tasted defeat? Never felt the crushing weight of failure? I have. I've been buried in the darkest pits of despair, deeper than you could ever imagine. But I clawed my way out. I didn't cry about it. I didn't beg for mercy. I burned everything in my way until I stood on top of the ashes of those who doubted me. And that's what you need to do. You need to embrace the fire. Let it burn away your weakness, your hesitation, your excuses. No more waiting for the right moment. No more second-guessing yourself. There is no perfect time. There is only now. And you either seize it, or you watch as it slips away forever. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you're not ready, not strong enough, not good enough. But here's the reality. You'll never be ready. You'll never feel strong enough until you throw yourself into the fire and survive. That's the truth. You don't get strong by waiting. You get strong by fighting. You get strong by bleeding, by struggling, by pushing yourself past every limit you thought you had. You think strength is something you're born with. Number strength is built through pain, through sacrifice, through sheer, ruthless will. You have to be willing to bleed for it, willing to tear yourself apart and rebuild yourself into something stronger, something harder, something that refuses to break, no matter how many times it's shattered. That's the secret no one tells you. The greatest strength comes from being broken over and over again, until there's nothing left of your old self. Only then can you rise as something new, something unbreakable. But that's your choice. You can either stay broken, stay weak, stay nothing, or you can rise. You can decide right now to become the monster you were always meant to be. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the pain to go away. It won't. It never does. Pain is your companion now. Learn to love it. Learn to use it. Learn to let it fuel you. Every scar, every wound, every drop of blood you've shed, those are your badges of honor. Wear them. Show the world that you're not some fragile, breakable thing. Show them that you're the storm they should have never underestimated. You want them to respect you, to fear you, then make them regret every second they ever doubted you. Make them choke on their laughter. Make them beg for mercy when they realize the monster they helped create. You're not here to be liked. You're here to take everything. To conquer. To destroy every obstacle in your way. So what's it going to be? Will you stay down, broken, weak, or will you rise? Will you burn brighter than ever before and show the world what happens when they push you too far? This is your moment. This is the line in the sand. Either you step over it and become unstoppable, or you fade into nothingness like all the other cowards too scared to fight for what they deserve. But make no mistake, you will either become a legend